Oh, it's recording. I am not all here right now. I did just record a TikTok and I want to share it. I actually made other TikToks last night too, which is I'm not on TikTok yet really, but okay. I need to know if anybody else is experiencing extreme existential dread, not wanting to go out to the real world. This is really, really a big thing. I'm highly spiritual, and yet I don't want to do anything but that. And this isn't going to speak to everybody, and there's still so much left for me to figure out. But oh my God. I'm at a fork in the road. I took the last 2 weeks off of 2 months off of work. I had enough saved up, and now I'm like, it's time for me to go back to work, and I've got two different options, both of them highly professional and major industries. I work in the beauty industry, so I got an opportunity going back into something there, and then I've got a job in a crystal shop where I can do facials and work on subtle energy healing, like Reiki and crystal healing, and both of these things sound great in the Matrix. I don't want to pretend that that it's normal though. I don't want to go report for duty every day. I want to live my life and like play piano and learn language and travel and have culture and like live a life. And I know it'll happen. I know it will. I know it's coming. It's the only option for me. However, I've been in this same state for the last 10 years. This existential dread where I've kept quiet, and it is time to start speaking up on what we believe in. I'm just really scared because what I believe in came to me at a time where my health was in question. I had a brain tumor diagnosed 10 years ago. It's been removed, and I started experiencing a really highly spiritual clairaudience, clairvoyance, and I shared it, and it wasn't received. And so I've put it down for a really long time until I went to work in a crystal shop, and lo and behold, like, magic has continued happening throughout my life. But that's the thing, I so know my truth, but my options are to go wax assholes or go work for an asshole. I don't know what to do. Anybody else? I guess you can tell why I cannot put that on TikTok yet, because the door is open for me to come back and the magic I suggested. I had a facial room. I have a career. I have a really great opportunity there. But the amount of the power dynamics and being forced to do certain things as far as sell and answer to certain... I don't want to have to go back with a list of requirements. I just want, at this point, after 10 years of being so suppressed, I don't want to have to try so hard anymore. I feel like I have paid my dues, and that's fine. I can really very easily consider going in either of these directions. I definitely see the perks of going back into waxing, and especially considering it's summer, and if I'm just doing this for money. But I mean, it's not even, see, that's all an illusion. It would be good experience for me to take everything I've learned spiritually since working in a crystal shop, which I said, I'm thankful for that experience. So that's why I would want to go back there. But take it to the mundane, like, waxing is very fast. There's a little bit of small talk involved, and it would be really great experience in kind of testing the waters with the general people who wouldn't necessarily, and like I say, I mean, it would be experimental. It'd be interesting to see how many people are receptive to talking about like very, I mean, crystals are a great little entryway. People are either curious or they're not. And both just seem like more work. And I'm not afraid of working, but I don't want to continue doing these same things. I'm ready to put my energy into my body. I want to exercise. I want to push my physical body harder than I have. And who's to say I couldn't do the same thing? However, the way that I use my energy is different, and I don't have but a few good hours of energy a day. I think this is normal. I've looked into human design just a little bit. I'm a projector, and supposedly this is normal, and I'm thankful for that. Like, I'm really not that into human design, but I don't know. I want to keep this short because I really, unless I am inspired, like guided to share, or guided to speak, I'm tired of like stretching for motivation. And this is what I'm hoping. I'm hoping this is true. I mean, even doing this, it's experimental because so many people are going to want to say like work, like you've got to live your life, or like you've got to, but the true feminine nature really is just receptive. It's receiving. And I am at this point right now more than ever that I hold on to a sense of faith that I didn't even have until like over the last couple months that I've been off until now. Like I am at such a 0 point because it's July 1st, it's the 30th, which means I have roughly 2 weeks until my bills start being due, which is the amount of time, like both of these places, I could start getting paid immediately. But getting paid is an illusion. Working is an illusion. Everything that other people are forcing you to do that isn't what you want to do is against God. My God. My unique path. Anyway, I don't know, and I'm still trying to figure those things out, and obviously this is why I'm hesitant to share anything, and that's why I'm doing it as raw and authentically as possible, because I don't expect anything. I am fully prepared to answer one of these options, but I don't know. The only other interesting thing I've got going for me, the only other possible little crack would be, I don't know, I have a soul group. I have a team of like-minded people, and souls who were brought together by, and we're online, but brought together by an astrologer who has been my biggest support for the last 2.5 years, getting through these energies. And so I know that it is the sun in Cancer. I'm overly emotional. I have not been this emotional in a long time. In the last couple months have been very constructive. We went through Gemini, and that was whenever I was like really working on my website, giving descriptions, and my website is up now. And all of that stuff will continue as far as like tarot and trying to build community, and that's not going anywhere. But things are shifting. Obviously, it's a different energy now, and I guess this is what I'm being guided to do, just by being so raw. I don't know. I'm kind of out of words. I've recorded more than just that TikTok. I've recorded a couple of videos, but it's really weird territory I'm in, and I think that I need to refrain from making a decision right now. Oh yeah, the other interesting thing would be I'm turning 30 this year, and now is the time for me to like like thrive. It is time for me to exemplify and embody. Like, that is what I want. I want to be a physical. I want to be in my body. Now I'm tired of thinking about all this stuff and trying to make the right decisions, because I've made the right decisions up till now. I have accomplished the career that I wanted. And by going back to it, it's just repetitive. But I might consider, like, I've been sitting outside and I finally like yelled up high. I was like, God, Jesus. That's how it came out. God, Jesus. God, comma, Jesus. Like, please help guide me. And I wasn't planning on going to group today because we really don't talk that often. And the last time that I spoke, I was very the energy was different. I was like very jittery because I was really shocked by what I was. Now I'm more like humbled and like emotion dwelling in the deep diving. I don't know what I'm doing right now, but because I'm gonna kind of test the waters with them, but I had shared this major connection that I had finally made with Jesus, and a big part of it is very personal about, like, but so obvious, like a really neat thing that I'm about to start exploring if I have time. Just in a nutshell, the four main gospels are very significant individuals in my life, the names that they hold and carry. And right now I would consider myself in John, so like exemplifying wisdom. Luke is what I hold on to, the spiritual play, and Matthew is the trials I've already gone through, and Mark is the act of courage that I'm kind of maybe moving in direction of, because that is my dad's name, and because I am turning 30, I know that I have a nice birthday. Like, I know even if it's only $100, like, I've always been thankful. And so, I might consider asking a favor for the next couple months while I try and figure this out more. Because I really don't have many bills. I'm in a good situation. I'm not ashamed of being with my parents or like living with my mom and my dad. They're divorced, and I'm not ashamed of being in support of them, because I could make a living and thrive for myself if I wanted to. But considering all of the spiritual aspects and experiences, I have to be gentle with myself, and I have never really deviated from the mission. I have been very devoted to myself throughout the entire thing. As far as distractions go, I've always been on a dedicated path, whether that be going back to school full time and working very hard to get my dream job, which I did get, and I gave the nice guy a chance. I settled down and lived the American dream for a little bit. We bought a house. We weren't married, but that definitely would have been the next step, and I couldn't even think about it And I think once it got to that, really, like, there was just a point where it was like, okay, now it's time for me to go back into myself, which no one can support to their best of their ability, because that's just a reoccurring theme. I have to reach really much further to make sense to people. Because what happened was before our time, and now we're getting closer in time, I believe. But for me personally, it's really, my clock is really ticking. And that's not by any feeling except for internally, where it's like, I need to put the energy that I would put in a career. Like, I've already got all the pieces. And so now it's just trying to, like, I don't know, that's a reoccurring thought that I have. It's like trying to rearrange them and like make them fit. But I still am very timid to say exactly what it is. And honestly, maybe I won't even have to, because this is such a beautiful possibility that even if only my mind made it up, this could be the destroyer of worlds, like in a beautiful way. If what I want to happen could happen, if what I know my truth to be is true, then more people would be spiritual. And I love that I can speak truth into this. And that's what makes it very important. It was important for me to really give the American dream a try. And now I just don't think that I can anymore. And I need this to be a positive thing so that I can really, really live my truth. I need it to be out, and I need it to be positive. I don't need questions. I just need support. And I don't even know what that means. Freedom. Freedom to share my gifts, even though they're not even fully developed yet, because I am so overly grounded that I can't allow myself to fly. Yeah, well, this one was long enough. I had a little cat peek in the window earlier, and it was whenever I was like sobbing. I don't know, I'm not afraid of the response to these kinds of videos, because literally the last 10 years have been the hardest of my life, and I don't think that it could get any worse. Like, I have kept people at an arm's distance. I don't have anything to lose anymore. I already lost everything all over time. Like, people who could have been friends. I mean, it was just never an option for me to really have people who, because I didn't have all the pieces until now. I didn't have the humbling experience of being gifted my career after I had already left it. And then, like, also given the reminder that, I mean, because it just, I don't have anything to explain anymore. I'm not here to teach anything, and this is what our soul group astrologer really kind of helps us recognize is that exactly what I'm living through at all times. Like, even right now, even though I don't know it, people who have the ability to read higher energies, that's why I'm so thankful she does daily, like bi-weekly, like a couple times a week, she'll get on and read the energies. And these are really big shifts we're going through, obviously, and it started in 2020, and that's whenever I decided to 2019. You know, I mean, we've been evolving through humanity for a long time, but I do believe that the speed at which things are moving for us now is greater than ever. And if femininity or womanhood is in question, there's nothing to hold back anymore, because this is what they are trying to put a clamp on right now. I mean, I was born out of love, and more obviously people have been over. I mean, that's not always been, that's not, I do feel like this is a huge part of what makes me who I am. There's a lot of little synchronous, like, truths that have been a part of my life, and I know my strength, and I also have never, like I said, I've been very devoted, and I hope that other people can be as devoted to themselves, especially when it comes to their, I don't know, I mean, it looks different for everybody, it really does. Like, I'm not here to make any point. I just want the life that I want, and I'm not gonna stop until I get it. And sometimes you can't see it. You really can't. And I'm glad I talked sense back into myself, because I really couldn't see. My eyes were too blurry all day, and I'm sure it'll come back in a wave, but it is outside of us too. It's so much bigger than us on the individual. I don't know. I just made another huge pot of coffee. I have group 30 minutes, and this is me. And if I can, no, blah, 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 blah. I have two options that I don't want to choose between. Story of my life.